Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch the Movie Podcast. I'm Mike.
I'm Jay, a light in the darkness of the tunnels.
And modest.
This is the ladies' man. Sometimes you just gotta tell her you're gonna do her in the butt and see what she says.
But.
I'll tumble for you guys.
Tumble. Yeah, we were dancing on the stairs like Billy Madison in a ripped sweater that whole time, and you guys didn't even know it.
How do you guys not
You don't
dance?
even know!
How do you guys not like go down your steps dancing like Billy Madison when you hear that song?
I know, I want to watch that again now. I haven't seen it in a long time.
Of course, like you would have to have a PA system and like have that song blaring as soon as you get up. I would love to wake up to that song.
Yeah, that's how you should wake up every day. So, what did you do this week, Jay?
I watched movies.
You watch movies?
We watched a movie.
We didn't watch movies.
Yeah, I didn't do much except watch movies.
That's all you did?
I watched I watched some TV shows. I watched Dexter.
Yeah.
I started watching that season 7.
Yeah. Is it good still?
Well, it's been on for a while. I got the on-demand. I got the premium channels. So, yeah.
Some suntan lotion, lay out by the pool.
You gotta have a margarita.
Look at all my shit.
Look at it and feel envious.
Yeah, I don't even know. I'm sick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sick.
You're pooping green. You're the fucking Hulk.
I am. I'm pooping a lot of green
You
right
need
now.
to fucking be sanctioned.
Watery fuck is what I'm pooping.
You need to go to the courthouse. They need to write. Your fucking shit smells awful, dude.
I know. I had to take a pre-podcast poop. And,
I like came up the steps and
like
it was like a wave of despair. I was like, what?
No, I've got exciting news though.
I felt bad for you. I would have slipped a tongue.
Oh, I thought you said tongue. I was like, ooh.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I need to take some medicine. I don't feel good, but I'm here to do the podcast.
Good job.
I'm here to drink some beer, and I'm hoping it'll make me feel better, and so far it's making me feel worse.
I'm so proud of you. Your mother and I are proud.
Proud.
Go to Harvard.
Proud.
And then we'll be more proud.
Yeah, so no, I do have exciting news, though. I am going to Nashville.
Wow.
I'm going to Nashville.
So you can get butt fucked by somebody in cowboy
Walking
boots.
in Memphis.
That's a ways away.
Yeah,
from
next
Memphis.
week, or actually it starts tomorrow, or is it today? I don't know. The Nashville Film Festival starts soon, and I can't go for the whole thing because I have a job.
Yeah.
But I'm going on Monday, and I'm going to be there till Thursday, and I'm going to review lots of awesome movies.
What are you going to review?
I don't even know. They're weird. There's some weird movies, but I know there's one the way back there with Steve Carell, and I'm excited about that one. And there's a horror movie called, I think, Pieta.
Oh, that's the Asian. Is it the Asian?
Yeah.
That shit's always fucking. Those Asians fucking scare the shit out of you.
I know, and it's the last movie I'm going to see there. It's Wednesday night at like 10, and then after seeing that, I'm going to have to drive home from Nashville in the darkness.
Might be a fucking scary ass bitch in the back of your seat.
I'm not going to go to any rest areas.
I would either.
There's one time, dude, I went to a rest area. We were going to a concert, and we stopped by Louisville.
Yeah. How many times can you say it? Is it a genie?
We stopped by the rest area, dude, and we were taking a piss, and I walked over, and there was one of those newsstands there.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's that on top of the newsstand? And I picked it up, and it was Polaroids, dude, and it was this bald, nasty, fat dude wearing a dress with like a thong on, and like,
oh my God,
his balls and beans were hanging out and everything. And then there's one of him laying by the pool, like with his junk showing, his legs.
What'd you do?
I kept them.
I
mean, what do you do with it?
I don't know. I would have taken it out in the forest and burned it. It was probably some like devilish thing.
I just wanted to show people like the truth that was that day. That was that man.
This is what the world has come to.
But how messed up are you to take pictures of yourself like wearing like women's clothing and then like take them to a rest area and leave them for someone to find? Because you know that shit was on purpose.
Yeah.
He wasn't like, let me set down these naked photos of myself like in a paper.
It might have happened. I don't know. He could be weird.
I don't know, man.
Like maybe somebody out there will like it.
I don't know.
Oh,
I did. I put them in my glove compartment. They were there for like a year, and I was like, okay, I got to get rid of these.
Well, I'm psyched for you to go to Nashville, though.
I'm excited. It's going to be fun.
Because you're going to see a lot of scariness with the horror movies out there. Those Asians, I swear to God, those Asians fucking will scare the bean sacks off you.
Yeah, there's a couple horror movies. Now, the days I'm there, I got it cleared for like the red carpet and all that shit. And what it is, though, is that the days I'm there, it's not really any movie.
Wait a minute, time out. You got cleared for a red carpet in Nashville.
Yeah.
It's made out of wheat and grass. It's like freshly mowed onion grass. That's all you smell.
No, but it's funny that you say that because the 2 days that I am there, the red carpet has like they're doing a documentary on a band, and so they have all these musicians there, and it's like Vince Gill and shit like that.
I can't wait.
What am I gonna say to Vince Gill?
Hey Vince.
Hey man, how are those jeans? You know Brett Favre?
That'd be like, do you go under the ocean because you have gills?
That was stupid.
It was stupid as shit.
No, but the Black Keys are gonna be there. I'd like to meet them.
Yeah.
I'd be like, is there gold on the ceiling?
Good jobs.
Yeah, but no. So that's exciting. I'm doing that next week, and then other than that, I don't even know. I cut my own hair
again.
It
looks better this time.
My wife told me I look like Macklemore.
I don't know about that.
What you know about the wolf on your noggin?
I got a big cock. What up?
I got a big cock. But no, so I mean that's what's going on. You want to go to movie news? Mm-hmm. You want to hit that movie news up?
Let's do it.
All right. What do we got? We're gonna do this new segment, guys, called Blind Movie News. We're too lazy, I guess, to pregame for this shit, so we're just gonna pull up a news website and we're gonna run through the news with you. Let's see what's on.
Oh,
here.
Wow. Okay, the first thing that popped up was Universal planning R-rated remake of John Hughes' Weird Science.
Cool.
That means you get to see boobies.
Yeah, bubs.
Booby times.
Titties.
I don't know about anything about that.
What do you mean?
Because John Hughes' Weird Science was magical. It made you feel good. It made you feel like if you put balls on your head, you could create a woman on the
maybe
internet.
this time she'll actually have sex with him.
She did have sex with one.
Oh, that one, but maybe this time they'll show it.
You didn't get to see it.
Yeah, maybe this time they'll show it.
You better fucking show it, John Hughes remakes. All right.
Who do you think? No, who? Okay, here's a question.
All right.
Who do you think the perfect woman that they create will be?
Like as far as like
the actress.
Well, I mean, obviously, I'm gonna go with Megan Fox.
I'm gonna go with Olivia Wilde.
That's
Take
on
me, take on me, take me on, I'll be gone.
You went way far. Step back, Jack. I would fucking be down for that.
Yeah, I would too.
Of course, I was gonna say Yvonne Strahovski.
I don't even know who the fuck that is.
She's hot.
She is?
Yeah.
I'm down.
Her name's Yvonne Strahovski.
I like me with some Russian.
It's like, do it, Yvonne.
Is she Russian?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
that.
so.
Olga.
Or Kyrgyzstan.
Olga. I would even had sex with that one-legged Russian in The Sopranos. She just sat around and smoked cigarettes. She was like, "Don't know, man."
You gotta do it right if you're gonna smoke cigarettes. Like, are you gonna have you gonna have a cigarette while you're
She
fucking
drinks
fucking?
vodka and smokes cigarettes, dude. She's freaking Russian.
But you know she's gonna taste like a dirty ashtray and vodka. But she better be really fucking hot.
She's only got one leg. I'm okay with that.
I'll take the plastic one off and we'll put it up somewhere and we'll talk about it.
It's more room.
All right, I don't want to talk about that one though because that's stupid.
Okay, let's scroll it on down. Scroll on.
Okay, Sony announces 21 Jump Street sequel coming sometime in 2014. I can see. I'm down for that.
That's awesome. Sweet. The first one was hilarious.
I wonder if Jonah Hill's still gonna be that like weird anorexic kind of guy that he was in the first one.
I think he's picking up weight.
That's good.
Yeah.
There's some actors that have to have weight to be funny.
I don't know. I still like him even though he's
Jonah Hill was funny, but I'm just saying like he looks weird.
Yeah.
He looks like a big head.
Suck a fat dick, Chucho. All right, so that's a good one. I like that. That's good news.
What the? Oh my god, dude!
My god!
Disney announces Star Wars film every summer starting in 2015.
Dude, that is like if they can get Star Wars out by 2015, I'll believe it. But every year,
I know. I'm kind of worried about that. Like, are you just gonna like start digging into your pockets? And, like, it's not gonna be like a movie. It's not gonna be like Star Wars Episode 9 anymore. It's gonna be like Chewbacca's Extraordinary Adventure.
Taking a hit from the Avengers, I guess.
I know. Well, I know that they had talked about Yoda having his own movie.
They were talking about the characters having spin-offs.
I know. I don't like that.
So you don't like it?
It's fucking Star Wars.
I mean, isn't the more the better though?
No.
If they do it right,
dude, come on. I mean, would you really sit
if
through?
If the movies are
if
good,
you sit through, would you really sit through a 2-hour Yoda movie? If we called Yoda,
I don't, but I'm not.
If we called Yoda the first Republic, or no, we call Yoda the first Jedi.
I don't know, dude. I'm not as into Star Wars as you.
I love Star Wars, but I don't think I really don't. I wouldn't go for spin-offs.
No,
no,
not for it.
I don't think Star Wars is an epic.
But I mean,
opera.
if you love something, isn't the more the better?
Sometimes you gotta let it go, and if it comes back, you know it's real.
All right. What else is on here? Let's see. That's crap. That's crap. That. Keep on going.
Whoa!
What?
Fast and the Furious 7 hits in 2014 and Snow White and the Huntsman in 2015. So they're already talking about a 7th Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Seriously, I wonder how long it takes for like Paul Walker and the rest of the cast just to be like, we're still doing this.
I don't know.
We're still doing this.
What the hell else is Vin Diesel doing other than Riddick?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean that's the big one.
Yeah.
Other than that, but yeah, man. But
Paul Walker's going to be Hitman.
Yeah, I can go with that.
I don't know. That's weird.
No crust.
Oh yeah, that's weird, man. News Corp announces another new overall name, 21st Century Fox. So you know the big.
Well,
sign,
they gotta switch over.
Yeah, well you know the big sign that comes up for Fox, the dun 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 dun, the 20th Century Fox. They're changing it to 21st Century Fox. But look at the picture. Does that not look weird?
It kind of does, but it looks like we're gearing up for the future.
Yeah.
Get on board. I got things to do.
Let's see what else.
No,
Pitch Perfect 2. I haven't seen the first one.
I haven't either. Let's talk about that. That's a big one.
You scared me.
Oh, I like to scare it.
You scared me.
Robert Downey Jr. has talked about leaving the Iron Man character.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Somewhere an angel has died.
That can never happen.
Well, Avengers 2 in 2014 or 2015, his contract expires. And he's talking about, like, he's almost getting ready to turn 50 years old.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm supposed to be Tony Stark. I'm supposed to be this superhero. I'm 50 years old, though, by the time like Iron Man 5 rolls around.
Do some cocaine and jump back on that horse, buddy.
21 Jump Street Iron Man time. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, the worst mistake they can make, I would want them to give Iron Man like an epic exit. Like, give him, if he wants to leave, that's cool. He's done enough. He's done a lot.
He's done enough, but man, I could not ever picture anyone else being. He is Tony Stark.
Yeah,
like,
well,
he is Tony Stark.
I know, but Michael Keaton as Batman.
It's not even the same. Like,
I know it's not the same, but
anybody in history of comic books embodies their character that they play more than Robert Downey Jr. does Iron Man.
No, I know that, but Michael Keaton, when he went on for Batman and Batman Returns, everybody was like, oh my god, he's leaving. Who the fuck are they going to get? And they got Val Kilmer, who was actually a pretty passable Batman, in my opinion.
Yeah, and then they ended up with George Clooney.
George Clooney was the shit.
I don't know, dude. I'm not saying that they couldn't fix it.
I'm not saying that George Clooney was the shit, like, awesome. I'm saying that he was the shit. He, like a turd in the toilet. He was a turd.
He was shit.
I'm just saying, I think that Robert Downey Jr., like, I mean, you can't... Iron Man is such a huge character in the Marvel Universe, you can't just, like, leave him floating around. Like, if he left the character, they've got to recast him.
They got to recast him, but I just don't think that he can ever leave the character. I think that you have to, like, offer him the world.
I think he's made...
The world.
Hi, I'm the world. You're going to cry. I think that Robert Downey Jr., if he left, give him a good exit, kind of put him on the back burner somewhere. The Iron Man character anyway. Don't recast him right away. Bring in more Marvel characters, and then maybe in the future later on reintroduce Iron Man.
I just don't know how you make an Avengers movie without Iron Man.
You can do something.
I don't know.
It's comic books.
No, I don't want it.
What do you guys think? Do you guys think that they should ever recast Iron Man?
Right,
and if they did, who would you put?
Let's do it right now. Who's Iron Man? Who could recast? Who could fill those shoes? No one's gonna fill them as good as he does.
I don't know, man, because that's hard as fuck. Like I really don't know. Like,
oh man,
who would? I have no idea. Who would you recast?
Mel Gibson.
Bill Murray.
I have no idea. All right.
Well, we can talk about that really quick.
What?
The Mel Gibson thing.
What? Oh yeah.
Well, this is really quick, guys. We like kind of like found this out of nowhere. Stallone apparently made like a comment in an interview about Mel Gibson taking over the reins for Expendables 3, like actually directing it, and not just having a cameo in the movie or even starring in the movie, but actually directing it.
Yes.
Well, I would be down for it.
Yes. Freedom. Yes.
At one point they're going to have that in there. He's going to put that freedom part in there.
They did. But no, Mel Gibson, I know that everybody hates his guts, and I know that apparently he's racist, and apparently he's blah, 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 blah. I don't care. He's Mel freaking Gibson. He's rigged, man. He is rigged.
I'd be down for him to do it.
And as far as a director role, I mean, no one would see him. I mean, I would like to have a role in it too, personally. But if he was just behind the camera, that movie's going to be badass. That guy has never directed a shitty movie.
I think that he would bring enough, like his eye for like how to set up scenes and shit is just so epic. Like I think he could bring amazing cinematography, like directing. I think he could do all of it.
Well, not just that, but he's the greatest revenge movie guy of all time. Think about the movies he directed. Apocalypto. They take out that dude's family, that indigenous people or whatever, and then he comes back after him. And then Payback, of course. She didn't direct, but Braveheart's about revenge. Like every single one almost. Like Mel Gibson. No. Every single one of his
Fuck it, then I don't even know the movie.
That he either acts in or directs has something to do with revenge. And look at that shitty storyline that Simon West and them pulled together and Sylvester Stallone pulled together for Expendables 2. I like Expendables 2, but Liam Hemsworth, is it Liam? The brother. What's the brother's name?
I think it's Liam.
Yeah, Liam, the one no one gives a shit about.
Yeah.
Like, they try to make this big
revenge.
Thor's
younger brother.
Yeah, we're going to take him out. We're going to take Jean-Claude Van Damme out because they killed him or whatever. And they tried this revenge thing. And no one gave a crap. Everybody was pretty much like, okay, we can concentrate on the actual action stars.
But do you really think that Expendables, like the franchise itself, is meant to be serious at all?
I think that it's time to go in that direction. The first one, they attempted to be serious, and it was just all right. The second one, they made funny and shit like that, and it was really good. But I think now is a perfect time to make like a serious, awesome...
I mean, I wouldn't mind like Mel Gibson try a comedic like directing thing, because in my opinion, I don't think Expendables was ever meant to be serious. I think Expendables was meant to be a throwback. Everybody like sees your favorite action stars from the '90s on screen together. Yeah. You're having a good time, and that's all it is. Like, I don't think it's any more than
I think
drink some brewskis, throw back with your boys, and say, fuck yeah, John Con. Where you been? Since you've been snorting.
I think that they could pull both off with Mel Gibson behind the camera, though. I hope they do it. But you know what's not going to happen? Because all these freaking bastards are going to be like, no, I don't want him directing this movie because he said this one time and he yelled at his wife and whatever. Like, that shit doesn't matter. If you guys only... His shit became public. If you only knew half of the shit that your favorite movie stars and shit did in their private time, you would hate their guts too. I'm sure their shit's even worse. But
I think that Mel Gibson... I really think he's paid for all the shit that he's already...
It's been long enough.
I mean, he's done, like... I mean, he's not getting any movie roles anymore. Like, people like... He's like a fucking leper.
I know. And sports stars. I mean, look at all the shit that sports stars do and get away with, man. I mean, come on.
Look at Kramer.
Kramer.
Remember Kramer?
Yeah, but I mean...
What he said, but he's still alright. He still gets fucking jobs.
Does he? I mean,
I think he does.
What have you ever seen?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I'm pulling it off my ass. It's an ass hat trick. Alright, so let's try one more movie news thing. Blind movie news.
Blind. Wesley Snipes confirmed for
Awesome.
Expendables 3.
Wesley Snipes is back.
Always bet on black.
Some motherfuckers always trying to skate uphill. Yeah, I'm
Awesome.
excited. I want to see him back for like Blade-ish stuff.
Does it say whether or not he'll be a good guy or a bad guy?
No, it doesn't really.
So you didn't even read it.
I don't care. Well, he's not going to give away the plot because they didn't tell Jean-Claude Van Damme was going to be a bad guy in it.
Now we just have to wait and see if Nicolas Cage and Harrison Ford end up coming on board. Harrison Ford,
I could kind of see him in that. You know what I'd rather see? You know, if they asked me like who would you rather replace with Harrison Ford, I'd pick Kurt Russell.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I'd love for Kurt Russell.
Tango and Cash will be back together once again.
Fucking Wyatt Earp.
Yeah. Tango.
Damn right you're scared. I can see in your eyes.
Alright, so that about does it for movie news. That's some pretty cool stuff there. I like what's happening. I like it. Feels good. Feels good.
Feels good on your taint.
Yeah, feels good right on that taint. So, moving on, it is Titty Trailer Time.
Okay.
Is that what it was called?
Titty trailers.
Titty Trailer Time.
Titty bang bang trailers.
Titty titties. I love titties. Superman. We didn't fucking watch that.
That's alright. I don't think it's much different.
We didn't want. No, apparently it's a whole new trailer. We totally forgot to watch that before we did this,
X
guys.
it out then.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, shit.
Superman's gonna be Superman. He's apparently from Krypton.
Yeah, no, we went to watch it before we did the podcast.
Well, I'll tell you what Superman's about. It's apparently about an alien that comes to Earth that has superpowers.
Yeah, shut up, we know.
Shut up,
Shut
Batman.
your mouth. All right, so after Superman, which we didn't do, the Hunger Games trailer.
Looks pretty good. Yep.
Yeah.
Does that sound like you were just shocked?
I love the fact that Phil Seymour Hoffman's in it.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. And it does look good. Like, the first time we saw Hunger Games, I
wasn't like blown away by it.
Yeah, I was like, what's the big freaking deal? I watched it again, and I liked it a lot more. And, of course, Jennifer Lawrence is...
She's fucking
sexy. I love Jennifer Lawrence. Love me some
What does
Jennifer
it make?
Lawrence.
What does it make you feel like when you strike a matchstick and you look at it?
What?
I don't know. She's hot.
Yeah, she is hot. No, now that movie looks pretty good. I'm not familiar with the books and how the storyline goes. My wife is, but I don't know. It looks really good. They've got all the actors back. Stanley Tucci was shown on there. Everybody was shown back on there. Woody Harrelson's back there, and I think Philip Seymour Hoffman's going to bring a lot to that movie. I'm going to go ahead and call it right now. I think that Catching Fire. I think that's Catching. I think that Catching Fire is going to be more acclaimed and a better movie than the first Hunger
Probably
Games.
will.
It just looks like it's going to be.
I don't know.
So, no.
I don't know, Mike.
And then R.I.P.D.
Fuck yeah.
That looks freaking awesome.
You know, it's weird because it's got Ryan Reynolds and Jeff Bridges both in it.
Yeah.
I mean, and I had been following this movie, like, I guess last year or the year before. I don't remember, but I remember reading about upcoming horror movies about this movie about a guy that dies on Earth and he was a cop and he goes to the underworld and they have their own, like, police department, the R.I.P.D., and they basically tell him that they need him to go out and hunt people that don't want to go to the other side, like bad spirits. And they hook him up with Jeff Bridges, his partner, and they go out and do it. It's kind of Men in Blackish. But I had no idea when we watched the trailer that Jeff Bridges is probably going to be the comedy element in this movie.
He's hilarious in that trailer.
He really is. He's like this redneckish, like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but it does. I mean, I think it ties a little too closely to Men in Black. It looks a lot like Men in Black.
I actually thought it'd be kind of scary because I thought they'd be kind of not scary-ish, but I thought they'd be like more of a scary element. Like they were going to go up into the our world, and then they were going to
in it
do it right.
We're going to get up in it.
Why'd you make a popping sound when you said it? Up. But I thought they were going to go up in our world, and they were going to like take the like scary spirits. But these things are like a League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yeah, they're really CGI.
Yeah, they really look CGI.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still. I mean, it looks. It could have looked better as a movie, but it does look hilarious.
I think it's going to be great.
And Ryan Reynolds actually looks like in the trailer. I mean, he looks like he takes a back seat to Jeff Bridges, which I mean, they're both awesome actors. Ryan Reynolds is probably my favorite actor. I love. You know what? But Jeff Bridges really steals the scene in that trailer.
The thing about Jeff Bridges is his name is Bridges. He likes to build them. No, but Jeff Bridges is one of those guys, those actors that really commits to the role. Like in Iron Man 1 as Obadiah Stane. He had underwear stains. No, but he actually said in the comic books, didn't he have a shaved head? And they were like, yeah. And he's like, oh, I'm going to shave my head.
Yeah.
You know, he really commits to the character.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he does a Crazy Heart. Did you ever see that?
Yeah, I did. Where he was like a singer?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good movie. I know.
It's sad.
You didn't think I saw that. You gave me a look like, yeah.
You tricked me. But no, RIPD, I'm going to go ahead and give it a pre-rating, dude. I'm going to say that movie's going to be a 7.5. I don't think it's going to be a great movie, but I think it's going to be hilarious.
I'm going to give it an 8.0 of awesome.
You're going to give it an 8.0?
Yeah.
I'm just always excited to see new Ryan Reynolds shit, man. I love that guy. Man crush.
Isn't that sweet?
Man crush.
That's so sweet.
Elysium is the last trailer we're going to talk about today. We kind of missed this one last week. Sorry about that. But, so Matt Damon, it's like the cities are separated. And there's the really nice, awesome place where they've cured cancer.
And that's Elysium.
Yeah, and then they've fixed everything. And then the rest of the world lives in Poopy, which is a realistic situation. So,
well, it's realistic in that the Earth is a trash bin, and they live there, and there's a special planet that the other people go to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not realistic.
That's capitalism.
Fuck it. We're going to be Karl Marxists. We're going to be fucking communists.
But no, basically, I mean, Matt Damon has to become this robot thing. They have to, inject this robot shit all up in him. So that he can.
What kind of movie is this?
So that he can break into Elysium and save everybody. But I think it looks pretty badass. I mean, it's directed by Neil Blomkamp.
District 9.
Yeah, the District 9 guys. And District 9, I'm going to say this. This is one of those little admissions that I'm going to have for you right here today. The first time I watched District 9, I'd heard all the great critical. What's wrong with me? I said critical.
What are you thinking about, sir?
Critical acclaim. Yeah, I heard all the great critical acclaim for it, and I was like, I thought I liked it a lot more than I did. When I went back upon a second viewing, I was like, this is kind of boring as shit.
It's not bad. It's just like, it's kind of gross,
It's impressively shot.
Yeah, it really is. But I think they did it right. I think like what he was going for was that oppressiveness that these aliens feel and how we treat them like shit.
Yeah.
So I think he worked that way.
It makes him perfect.
But you know, I watched the trailer for this, and I think that Matt Damon, it looks good. It looks like a special effects fiasco. It looks, you know, they obviously pump money into it. Mm-hmm. But when I watch, I kind of like video game-ish. Kind of looks video game-ish.
The storyline's kind of video
I don't know. Yeah. But I will say what I'm friggin' psyched about seeing again. Jodie the Man Foster. I've not seen her since like 1961.
The brave one.
I know.
Panic Room.
I know she's been like missing for a while from big budget movies.
She did those little kids movies.
Well, I mean big budget. Yeah. Like I'm glad to see her back.
Big budget. Big buns.
Jodie. I'm excited to see her back. I said that's I guess she's gonna be a bad guy.
That's probably gonna be an 8.0 for me.
I'd see that 8.0, 8.5, something like that.
And these are pure guesses.
Could be.
If the movie sucks, we'll still give it a shitty rating. Don't worry.
I know, but it could be one of those movies that are also like purely relying on special effects.
Here's a question: what do you think? Since we couldn't do the review of the trailer, sorry guys. What do you think you're going to give Superman after you see it?
Oh, I'm going to give that movie an 8.5.
You think? Yeah. Dude, I'm thinking more like 9.0.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's going to be amazing. I think it's
going to be great, dude. Just the special effects they're pumping into it, like the actors they got around. What's his name?
Henry Cavill.
That guy. I really think. You know what? DC understands at the same time. They understand this movie has to be epic. It has to be a great Iron Man-like success for them to launch the Justice League.
Yeah, and apparently the studio heads over there are fucking loving it.
You know what? There was a rumor about Man of Steel. They said that, you know, they were like, well, Christopher Nolan made the Dark Knight trilogy as a standalone film.
Yeah.
They were ignorant of all the other heroes out, you know, in the world or whatever. So it was like it was enclosed, it was isolated, whatever. But in Man of Steel, they may mention something about the Dark Knight or the Dark Knight Rises, so they can tie it together. Like a lot of people are speculating that Joseph Gordon-Levitt will take over as Batman in the Justice League movies.
No,
I'm kind of scared.
No,
I'm kind of scared.
No,
I don't want to go. I don't want to go that path. I want to go the other way.
He should be Nightwing. That's all there is to
it. Wing?
Nightwing.
That's right. Tell it right.
Nightwing.
Okay.
So that's it for trailers, guys. Titty trailer time. Thank you, Christian Revocable. I don't know how to say your last name, dude. I'm sorry. You got to tell me.
What is your name, Black Magic?
You got to Facebook me, Christian. Let me know how the hell you.
I like your name. I like Christian. I wish my name was Christian.
My last name's worst.
What's your last name?
Holtz.
Yeah.
It's like German as
Well,
fuck.
mine's like average. Mine's is Jones.
Yeah, yours is easy.
It looks like Smith.
Yeah, so Blu-ray release is coming out this week. Django Unchained is really the only notable release that came out last week.
Yeah.
Did you buy it?
No, I didn't.
You didn't buy it?
I'm gonna wait till it goes down in price. I'll buy it for sure, but I don't want to spend like $20 on it right now.
Yeah, you're just not in the mood.
No,
not in the mood.
That's the thing. When you go to Walmart, you pick up the Blu-rays. You're like, "Am I in the mood?"
Yeah.
And you like talk to it. You're like, "Am I in the mood for you?" Like I have gone to Walmart before, and like I picked up Blu-rays. I picked up like 4. And I walk around the store, and I'm like, "I'm gonna buy these," and then I walk around some more, and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not gonna spend the money.
Yeah, no, I know. I do the exact same thing. I picked up. It's got a cool case and everything. I know there's a Steelbook exclusive at Target that you can get for that. That's pretty cool.
How dumb are you though? Like when you're like, "Hey, it's a Steelbook Blu-ray. I'm gonna go out and buy that shit even if I have it. It's a Steelbook, guys. It's heavy."
If you already have it, I mean, I don't know if it's dumb. I mean, it's a collector's thing.
If you already have it though, and you go out and rebuy it just because it's in a Steelbook,
But if you're a collector, I mean,
well,
I don't hold it against.
who are you gonna give it?
that.
Who are you gonna show it to?
If
though?
you got the money, I mean,
Are you gonna? I know. I mean, if you have the money, but if people come over your house like, "Hey guys, I got the Steelbook of Batman."
All right. Well, what about all the shit that you have?
Well, I know. I'm just saying for movies itself, they're more expensive for that kind of stuff.
No, they're not.
The newer Blu-rays are like $22 and $23.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
but re-releases aren't. Sometimes
Some of
Best
them
Buy
are.
release those steelbooks for like
But
$10.
I'm just saying, if you already own them and you go out and rebuy them,
I'm okay with that, man. Because I like the steelbook stuff. I don't know.
as long as I got a good quality Blu-ray, I don't care. As long as it looks good, I'm not gonna rebuy
Yeah.
it.
What if it has a bunch of extra special features?
It depends on what the movie is.
What if it has a bunch of extra special features?
Finnegan's?
So this week coming out, Jurassic Park 3D, which is confusing me. I don't know why they re-released Jurassic Park on 3D. What is wrong with me? I can't talk.
You shit
It's
green
because I'm
poop.
sick. Yeah, I don't know why they re-released Jurassic Park just a couple weeks ago on Blu-ray, just to re-release it on 3D again. But
Extra money, man.
if you have a 3D TV, I mean, I guess that's a cool thing you can buy. Jurassic Park in 3D. It got good reviews at the theater. So, Gangster Squad, that movie was a piece of
That's a
dog shit.
gangster turd.
That was terrible. Like, you've got freaking Ryan Gosling
And Sean Penn making a parody of himself. He looks like, you know what, Sean Penn in that movie, I will stick by you. Sean Penn would have blended perfectly in the Dick Tracy movies.
Yeah.
Like the way he was, like it was just so like,
what was that line he said? Like, it's Christmas time and I'm Santa
it
Claus.
was just really stupid.
It was awful.
Yeah.
Dude. That's a terrible movie. I will not buy that. I won't even ever watch that again because I was super excited.
Go back
about
to
that
Mystic
movie.
River, Sean.
Promised Land. That is actually a really good movie. It's like it's a slow like it's Matt Damon.
Is it the land that was promised?
Pretty much. It was John Krasinski from Jim from The Office, or Jim Krasinski, whatever, and Matt Damon, and they wrote that movie together. I watched that like maybe a month ago, and then I found it quite enjoyable. It's like it's just a talking movie. It's not like an action movie or anything like that.
A lot of dialogue heavy.
Yeah, it's an environmental type of movie, but
Yeah.
it's still. I mean, it's still good. It's well acted, and I liked it a lot.
Do
It's
they
not
tell you
really.
to save the environment since it's environmental?
No, it's about oil drilling and shit. But no,
Like There Will Be Blood?
I don't know if that's a Blu-ray buy. I don't just because this. I mean,
Well, we didn't even do that. We didn't do Blu-ray buys or not. The Blu-ray releases, and we didn't say Blu-ray buys.
We didn't say Blu-ray. Well,
Django Unchained, would you say that's a Blu-ray buy?
that's a buy. That's a
Yeah,
buy.
but when it go, like...
I
new,
rented it for $5.
But I'm saying with new. You rent it for $5?
I know, and I could have just watched it on the computer. I'm an idiot.
I know.
That's a buy, I think. Jurassic Park 3D. If you have a 3D TV and you're into 3D, I mean, Jurassic Park's like, wow,
Yeah,
you of course buy that. Gangster Squad, do not buy that shit.
Yeah, that's an awful
Steer
movie.
clear. Promised Land.
House.
That's not necessarily. It's a good
Promised
movie,
Land, yeah.
but it's not a Blu-ray buy because I mean, I buy everything on Blu-ray now. So if it was cheap, I would buy it, but I wouldn't pay $20 for it because I mean, it's not really a special effects. You know,
What'd you pay for
What
it?
else are you getting?
What would
that
you pay
get
for
on
it?
DVD? What would I pay for it? I'd buy that for $10. I enjoyed it.
Like new?
Yeah.
I think you could say
Or
10,
used.
I think you could say 10 pesos.
10 pesos.
And then the last one was Haunted House.
Haunted House comes out this week.
Yeah, you know what?
We've gotten so much hate
I know,
for hating
and I was going to bring that
fucking
up. Every time we mention Haunted House, or like we talk about that it just didn't live up to what it was trying to sell, we get massive amounts of hate. If you go to our YouTube channel, we watched the movie, done. And type in Haunted House and look at the comments and the dislikes, it's like ridiculous. Like, I mean, we both love like stupid comedy movies. I mean, we gave The Watch great fucking review.
Ace Ventura's on my top 10 favorite movies of all time.
But it's like people are like, you guys just didn't get the jokes. Like, I understood the jokes, but I don't think they were delivered in the right way, and I think they were like elementary. I don't think they were funny at all.
Yeah, it was embarrassing to that movie. It was embarrassing to watch because the jokes they went so far to get a laugh out of you.
Yeah.
And then no one laughed in the theater.
Nobody did, and that's not even That's the thing. Like,
It's like watching American Idol when someone bombs.
but when we go to the theater, you can like kind of judge.
Yeah.
And there was people there, and like nobody laughed. Like some of the big jokes, like nobody was like.
What it is all these little 13-year-old high school kids that don't know shit from shit and haven't seen the 20 movies just like it that came before it that are way better and funnier.
Yeah. You
saw it and got on there and were like, "You guys are stupid. You can't take a joke. It's meant to be dumb."
And they can't even spell. They're like IDO. No, he's like, I hope you die.
Me not know why you don't like movies.
Why aren't you dead, DET? But I'm just saying, like, it makes me feel old as fuck.
Yeah.
But like, Scary Movie, when that first came out, like, we were like youngin'.
Yeah.
We were like 16, 17 or whatever it was. And,
Like,
like, that was
asshole.
hilarious.
When I would have hated Haunted House when I was 15.
But if you tell a 16-year-old, 17-year-old kid now, they're like, what?
Yeah.
What's a scary movie?
Is that got Lindsay Lohan? We didn't even see Scary Movie 5.
No.
That's probably worse than Haunted House. That was the all-time worst trailer I've ever seen for a movie, was Scary Movie 5's trailer. I looked at that.
Charlie
and
Sheen
it made
just
me
come
wanna
out and says, like, lick
cry.
my ass, world.
Yeah, it might as well have been. I'd rather seen Charlie Sheen poop for 3 hours.
I would
than
have rather
watch that
seen
movie.
Hot Shots Part 3.
That would have been awesome.
I know.
Yeah.
Bring Charlie Sheen
That's
back
a
for that.
fucking parody movie right
I
there.
know. That was great.
Hot Shots.
Part 2. I will kill you until you die from it.
So that's a Blu-ray release coming out this week. We're going way too fast. We're like halfway through the show, and we're only 30 minutes in.
Well, you know.
So we're going to take a pause right now, and what we're going to do is Jay was requested by someone to review Mass Effect 3.
I can't do that. I won't do it.
Who was it?
Well,
Let's see who it was.
I love Mass Effect. I mean, it's one of those games I've played over and over again, and I get like emotionally torn every time I play it, because once I get to Mass Effect 3, it's amazing up to the last like 10 minutes of the game, and you like get hit in the nuts, and you're like, ow! It's like you feel so good about it. You're like, okay, all my decisions, everything that I've like worked for is going to come to a head. And then all of a sudden it's like, go fuck yourself. BioWare tells you to go fucking dig a ditch. But I don't know, man. I mean, Mass Effect is one of those games that... Alright, well, let's give the premise for it. It's, you basically are Commander Shepard. You can be female or male. You can choose your sex, like I said. You can choose the way you look, and you go through. It's in the future. It's in the future, and you're basically fighting against the Reapers, which is a mysterious, villainous kind of entity that's out in the universe, and you make decisions that will impact the game, like who to save, like who to recruit, stuff like that. It all has impacts on the game. But when they get to Mass Effect 3... I don't know. I think they really dropped the ball, man. I would give more of an in-depth review because it's been a while since I played it. I played Mass Effect 3 one time, and I just didn't like it. I never bought the DLC. I never bought anything extra for it. I don't know. But yeah, Mass Effect is one of those games that are like hit or miss for me.
I'm so close to the microphone right now. I can't find it. You got to find it on there. We're trying to figure out who asked Jay to review this, so that
whoever asked that was awesome. Because I remember. I don't remember your name, but I remember that you said you played Elder Scrolls a lot, which I love. Fucking Elder Scrolls, like that's an amazing game.
I can't find it on there. I'm not sure. We'll put it in the show notes below. Thanks for asking that, man, and thanks for everybody who.
I want to give it justice because like it's such a great game, and it's got so much like different like appeal for all sorts of different people. Where you go?
I'm gonna smoke.
Motherfucker.
I'll fix you up soon.
But yeah, like alright, I'll go in this briefly. Like I remember your questions, like doing the Mass Effect. I don't know if you meant like Mass Effect 1 or Mass Effect 2 or what, but I'll just go into Mass Effect 3 since it was most recent. The graphics on that Mass Effect 3 were amazing. Like it looked fucking unreal. It was good, but. Like I said, the last few minutes of the game, it ruins it, man, because you're expecting this huge epic battle with the Reapers, and you get Shepard like philosophically talking about shit, and it's not like he doesn't fit in the archetype of the hero at all that he was in the first Mass Effect or the Mass Effect 2. So I don't know, guys. I didn't like it. I just didn't like the ending to that game at all. And I know they did the extended cut, and I played it, But it was pretty much a middle finger to everybody. It was like, suck on this, bitch. like when you played that extra decision they give you at the end of Mass Effect 3, it was literally like BioWare was like, we made our game the way we made our game, and all the fuckers that don't like it, well, you can suck on a wiener. And that's how I feel. Go fly a kite. But whatever. But I will tell you this. I will give a better review for it. I will give a better review for Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. If you guys want it, I will do that later. Because, I mean, Mike just kind of hit me in the sack with that. So I wasn't prepared for it, so I'm sorry. But let's talk about something else. Let's talk about something else. Let me think about what I want to talk about really quick, okay? Just wait 1 second. I know what to talk about. This goes back to movie news, and I know we already went past that segment, but Masters of the Universe apparently got a director. I don't remember the guy's first name. It was something Cho or Chu, his last name being. And he was talking about the script. He was like, at first he was skeptical about doing a Masters of the Universe remake, because they already did one with Dolph Lundgren. Word. But he was like, Masters of the Universe remake, he was like, I was kind of skeptical about it because it is Masters of the Universe, and he was like, this movie, I know what he was feeling. Like, if someone's like, here's Masters of the Universe, here, do this movie, you're like, it's about a guy that wears underwear and runs around with a sword and fights a guy named Skeletor.
I'm already interested.
I am too. But a lot of people will be like, I'm not going to be down for that, but he said he connected emotionally with the characters. Like, I guess they wrote it more like a hardcore script. I could totally see Master of the Universe working if they do it like a more of an emotional kind of thing. If you actually connect with the characters like Tila, Master of Arms, He-Man, all those kind of guys, like you connect with them and like make it a little bit more serious, not too serious, because it is Master of the Universe. It's a guy in tights or underwear running around with like a sword.
I'm just gonna go and say I don't really have an interest in that movie.
I loved He-Man.
Yeah, I loved He-Man too as a kid, but I don't know. I don't know. Now maybe it would be cool.
I hold my magical sword aloft and I become He-Man. Yeah, but yeah, I think it would be great. I think it'd be great, guys. I think it'd be great.
Yeah, it would be sort of maybe. I don't know. But sorry about that, guys. I had to smoke a cigarette, so I dropped that one on Jay real quick. And Jay's gonna go smoke now. And now it's my turn to talk all alone. We're alone in the universe. But no.
I think we're alone now.
Talking about what comes out in theaters this week, you've got Oblivion, which we did a review for that. We both liked it. We both gave it a 7.5. That's just it's a fun little sci-fi movie. I mean, it's original, kinda. I mean, it's nothing that's groundbreaking or anything like that, but Tom Cruise is a beast, man. Tom Cruise never does anything wrong in my eyes for the most part. Maybe as a person, he's kind of a fucking crackpot. But as an actor, you gotta admit, I mean, he rarely makes a bad movie. Jack Reacher was here or there, but it was still kind of badass, and the reason it was badass was because of Tom Cruise. But Oblivion's good. It's got some nice twists and turns. It's a thinking man's movie. It's not got as much action as you might have thought, but we both enjoyed it. Gave it a 7.5. That's a movie I would definitely say that's your movie to go see this week. We actually got an early screening of that. What we didn't get an early screening for, what we're not going to get a screening for, what we're not going to watch is Lords of Salem. That also comes out this week in not a lot of theaters. It's playing, I think, at one theater here, but yeah, Lords of Salem, Rob Zombie. That trailer looks like shit. Of course,
It sucks dick!
Yeah, he brings his wife back again. She's the main actress in the movie, and she's whatever, but she's not enough to carry a movie. I'm sorry. In Halloween 2, he focused way too much on her. He always focuses way too much on her. I don't know. It just seems to me like I'm just not a fan of Rob Zombie's movies. I know a lot of people are hardcore about him, but he trashed Halloween. The first remake was alright. The second one, he completely tarnished the shit out of Halloween and Michael Myers.
Zombie has got he's got the potential to be a great director, but at the same time, like, he wants to cast his fucking wife in every movie he does. Like,
yeah.
Is it the worst sex he's ever having or something? Or is she's like, I'll give you the best sex if you cast me in every movie?
Yeah, well, I don't know what it is. Maybe because she's such a shitty actress, she can't get help anywhere else. I don't know. Maybe she's all right. I don't even know. I just know that Rob Zombie is just... It seems like if you have a beard and you curse a lot, you can be in his movies. I think he'd be a great cinematographer. I think his movies look amazing. But as far as direction, as far as story, I don't think the guy has any clue what he's doing. He's just, I'm going to be as sick as possible. And I don't know. To me, he seems like a 12-year-old fat kid that sits in his basement and listens to heavy metal music all day and paints his nails black and hates the world. He just doesn't seem like... he actually gives a shit about movies. He just wants to be edgy.
That's how I feel too. I think that Rob Zombie did so well with Halloween because he worked within a framework.
Yeah, and Halloween needed that extra grit. And
he gave that. But as soon as they said, "All right, you can make your own original Halloween too," he fucking tarnished it. He was like, "I'm making Dragula, the music video."
Yeah,
and it was just like the first part of that movie with the hospital scene was amazing. If it was like that, it'd be great. But then there was like fucking unicorns. I was like, did I just smoke something?
Yeah.
What happened?
I know. And even the first scene ended up being a fucking dream sequence. It was just cheap to begin with. But no, I'm not going to go see that, guys. I would imagine I'll watch it later on, and I imagine when I do, I'll probably give it like a 2.0. It looks like absolute trash. It doesn't look scary. It doesn't look good at all.
Well, the trailer is kind of misleading at the first part of it.
Yeah.
Because you think it's going to be like a horror movie. Even if Sherry Moon aside, you're kind of like, okay, well, it's going to be like a ghost movie. And then all of a sudden it's like, I'm the witch of Salem. Look at my titties.
Look at these titties.
Look at that.
Look at this duck. But no, another movie I did see this week. Jay didn't see it with me. I want my wife to see it at the Kentucky Theater. Was Place Beyond the Pines, and I did a written.
Was there a place beyond the pines?
It's in the pines. I did a written review for that you can find on WeLiveFilm.com. It's actually a spoiler review, but wow, that movie was awesome. It was it's like 2 hours and 20 minutes long. My wife hated it because she thought it was boring. But Ryan Gosling, man, is just he's one of the he's got to be one of the top 3 best actors working today. The guy is amazing, and there's something that happens in this movie, and I won't tell you what it was. It's about an hour in that will piss you off. That will make you sitting there with your mouth wide open, like what the hell they just
with fucking popcorn and saliva coming out of
exactly.
Like,
but no, that was an enjoyable movie. I still ended up
Ryan Gosling is one of those guys. Like I feel bad for him because he's got a lot of talent and he's able to come out and make the movie basically. And he's been doing these indie shit, and he's just not getting the attention that he needs.
I'm all right with it though because it's just as long as they're great movies. I mean, everybody that's into movies still knows about them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They may not be blockbuster movies, which I mean he did Gangster Squad, which sucked ass, and he wasn't even that good in that. But Drive still got a lot. It's a known movie. It's a cult hit.
Like I said in the last podcast, dude, Drive is 2011 hit.
Yeah, and it is, and it should have gotten more.
I like
but mainstream audiences just don't understand it. I guess they're not willing. Just like my wife, she loves movies, but it was 2 hours and 20 minutes long. It's story driven, and it's basically like 3 movies in one. And she was just like, I didn't need all that. So I don't know, but that's neither here nor there.
What we watched.
What did we watch this? I guess that was a part of that. But what did you watch this week?
Well, I had a fantastic, awesome superhero fucking week.
Lots of action.
I actually stopped some crime.
Bring the action.
Bring it down. I put on a tight leather suit and I went out and stopped it. I stopped the evil. No, I watched all the X-Men movies except for the third one. I watched X-Men, X-Men 2, X-Men Origins Wolverine. I watched X-Men First Class. I watched Fantastic Four 1 and 2, and then I started watching Daredevil, and then I kind of got bored. But the devil is mine. Like shit like that. You only can take so much. I will say this. Fantastic Four, like when I first watched it, I was like down for it. I was like, it's pretty cool. When I first watched it, before there was such a thing as Joss Whedon, great White Buffalo. Like before there was such a great man as him in bringing the Avengers, I thought Fantastic Four was okay. And then I watched it again, I'm like, this is stupid. It's
you actually
dumb.
like Fantastic Four?
When I first watched it, I was like, it's alright.
Oh, God.
I mean, I don't know.
I've still yet to this day never finished that movie.
It's one of those movies, like, I think it was just recast. It was cast wrong. I mean, I think if they had recast it, it might have been better. My biggest complaints is Chris Evans was good as Human Torch. Like, he was good. Like, he got
his persona fits
yeah,
the
he got it. Ben Grimm, the guy that played Ben Grimm from the S.H.I.E.L.D. TV series, was good. Reed Richards, the guy that played him, was too Magooish. Like, he was just too... I know the character of Reed Richards is all about his brain, and he's all about, like, I got to fix the universe, and you're hot, Susan, but I've got to do this. I understand he's like that, but he was just too much. He was too geeky.
I did like that.
And Jessica Alba was hot, but she just didn't have that, like, inner strength, I guess, like Susan Richards.
She seemed like a college chick.
I know.
Like, it doesn't fit.
But it was so forced, because she's like, in the elevator when they're going, to the spaceship, she's like, well, 2 times the x to the power of 5 is this. Like, she's trying to be smart. It's like, she's forcing her. And the guy that played Victor Von Doom from Nip-Tup.
He's awesome.
He's great, but I just didn't think he had enough. Like, Victor Von Doom is a driven guy in the comic book. He's a driven guy. he will do anything to gain power. It just he's forceful. Like he's not like the trailer in Iron Man 3 was like, "You'll never see me coming." He's not like that. He's not like hokey.
That's pretty funny because I love Ben Kingsley. Man.
I love, he's great.
It's a great character, but there's something that's the only thing that's kind of off about.
You know what? One of the best movies I ever saw, Ben Kingsley's. I remember watching when I was a kid. Moses. he wasn't Moses, he was Joseph. Or something like that. I don't know.
He was in a movie called Sexy Beast.
Yeah.
But no, that is weird in that trailer. When that part comes on, you're like, that's kind of weird. He looks like he's wearing like a robe.
Well, that's like that's by the comic book, but just his voice, and I hope they don't make him corny.
Never see me coming.
Yeah, but Fantastic Four, I don't know, it just didn't hit. And Fantastic Four 2 was all about Silver Surfer, but it just didn't. Lawrence Fishburne as the voice of Surfer worked, but it was just so special effecty, and it just didn't have like the kick to it like I needed.
Yeah.
And you saw Galactus; he was a fucking cloud. He was a fucking like medieval like nasty cloud. You're like, well, that's a storm system coming in.
And you agree with me a little bit more after watching X-Men Origins Wolverine than you did.
I used to like Wolverine. I was one of the few that liked it, but when I watched it, they did such a travesty to Deadpool.
Yeah.
Like what they did with him, and then like some of the lines that were delivered by Stryker, it was just really bad. It's like, I'm going to help you kill him. I don't know. It's like I just it could have been great.
And then Wolverine's wife, the moon chick, was like, the moon comes.
Do you know why they howl at the moon? It's the Wolverine.
Yeah,
because she could never be with him.
Then that stupid scene where he finds her dead body. He's like, he literally looks up to the sky and does the cliche. No.
Well, there was also like really bad scenes, like when Stryker orders Zero to kill him when he comes out of the pool, when he got adamantium laced on.
He
his
shoots
phone.
in the face. He's like, ugh.
Yeah, I know, but it's like, why would you order your guy to kill him when you know it's not gonna fucking do anything?
Yeah,
he's got metal.
I just love Hugh Jackman's face. He was like, ugh.
I pretty much watched like heroic movies.
Yeah, that's good though. I mean, sometimes you got to get that up in.
Sometimes you got to feel like a superhero.
Sometimes you got to get that right up in you.
Sometimes.
No. I watched a couple movies this week. I watched. This is kind of weird. Most people probably haven't heard of this. It's called The Story of Luke. Mm-hmm. And it's about this autistic kid. And it's the long-haired geeky dude in Evil Dead who reads the book. And he was terrible in Evil Dead, but he plays this autistic kid in this movie, and it's absolutely awesome. Like it's probably one of my favorite movies of the entire year that I've seen so far. Man, it's an amazing movie. Like it's hilarious. Like he becomes obsessed with like he talks like this. Like he talks really weird, but he becomes obsessed with like women because one day he's laying in his bed with his grandpa. Because they like just shove them.
He's laying in the bed with his grandpa.
His grandmother dies. He's lived with his grandmother his whole life, and Carrie Ells is in it.
Yeah,
he's lived with his grandmother his whole life, and she dies, so they have to move in with his cousins or whatever it is.
And how old is this boy?
He's like, I don't know. I'm guessing he's like maybe 20.
And he's laying in bed with his grandpa.
Well, they stick him in the bed together because their grandpa's having issues and he's having issues. So they're laying in the bed together, and his dad's like, what are you doing? Or his grandpa's like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm sleeping, Grandpa. We have to get up at 8 a.m. We have to make pancakes. His grandpa's like, when I was your age, I was out getting screwed and drinking. And he was like, the next day he was like, someone was like, Carrie Ells was like, what do you want to do with your life? He was like, I want to get screwed.
I was going to say, I want to eat pancakes.
No, but he becomes obsessed with this. Like he wants to get a chick. So every time he sees a girl, he like he stares at their boobs and stuff. And it's actually hilarious. Like, and it's a heart touching story. It is. I mean, it's about this dude is so like everyone's like, dude, you're autistic. Stay at home. Don't do anything with your life and whatever. And he's like, no, I want to get out and get a job and I want to become a man and do all this stuff like that. And it's about that. And it's just an awesome, hilarious movie. Seth Green is in it. And he's just a big dick. Like, he's kind of like that character, what's the dude that's like, please sit on my face from Grandma's Boy. He's like that. He goes to work for this company called Smiles.
See me?
Yeah, the guy comes out there and he's like, what are you doing, retard? And he's like, giving him shit. And but he ends up being friends with him. I don't know. It's just a fantastic movie. I'd give it a 9 out of 10. If you guys get a chance to watch The Story of Luke, it just came out this year. It's not going to be in any theaters. You can probably find it online. I'm just saying.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Illegal. Illegal, man.
Illegal. But no, definitely watch that movie. Really
you know what? I will say, there was a movie I watched again.
What?
And we both have seen it.
What?
The Skin I Live In.
That movie is so fucked, dude.
Oh my god, dude.
You watched it again?
I watched it again.
Oh my god.
And tell me about it.
What was it on? What'd you watch it on?
No, I fucking ordered it again.
Oh,
because I want to watch it again because it's been a while. That's an amazing movie, dude. It's fucked up. It's beyond freaked up. If you guys have never seen The Skin I Live In with Antonio Banderas, you got to watch that movie.
That movie will fucking squeeze your tank.
It makes you feel bad. Like, I had to take a shower afterwards. Like, I feel dirty. I feel nasty.
It's weird, man.
And then I had sex with my wife.
Did you really?
No, I didn't. But I didn't want to.
Did you make her wear a tight
No,
skin
actually,
suit?
what I did was, like, I took a shower, and then, like, I sat in, like,
That's weird, because I had sex with your wife after I watched that movie for the
You
first
did?
time.
That fucking slut! Hold on. We're done. No, but yeah, I mean, I watched that movie, and, like, it just makes you feel nasty. But it's such a great movie. Like, it's hard to... It's like the Hellraiser movie.
Yeah.
Like, Hellraiser, like, when you watch... Hellraiser is a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
It really is. If you look past the gore and all that shit, and you, like, see it for what it is, it's actually a really good movie. It's really well told. That's how The Skin I Live In is. It's just like... It's about obsession about this guy, like, wanting revenge at all costs, and then love... And it's just, it's so messed up.
Oh my god, when the twist hits in this movie, your brain will explode.
Yeah, either that or you're going to go to therapy afterwards.
Yeah.
You're like, was I enjoying this?
That was so gross.
Was I enjoying
you feel
it?
like Jim Carrey, Ace Ventura. Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn's a man. I kissed a man.
Welcome to Fuckville.
I know all there is to know about the crying game.
You want a contract? But, I mean, it really is. It's like Fuckville.
Yeah.
It's like once you get into it and you understand what's happening, you're like, oh my god.
You're spun in a web of fuck.
And how do you get out?
Fuck.
With a blowtorch.
You gotta fuck your way out.
I mean, you really... it took me a couple days to recover. It wasn't like the movie Love on Netflix. By the way...
I watched that shit with my sister.
Hold on. By the way, if you ever watch Love on Netflix, I know we didn't do a Netflix Nuggets on it, but don't ever... I'm saying, if you already watched it, I'm sorry.
Don't ever see me coming.
Don't ever watch this movie. Don't ever watch that movie. That movie will fuck you up. But this movie, Banderas was great.
Yeah.
Like, he was really awesome. The guy that plays the main person, like his victim, was awesome.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those movies, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you just don't know what to feel.
Yeah.
Like, I remember you calling me about it, dude, and you're like, watch this movie. And I watched it. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I was mad at you at first. I was like, why would you put me through this?
Dude, I went over to my sister's house, and I had nothing to do, and I was saying hey or whatever, and she was like, I just got this movie on Redbox. Do you want to watch it? And I was like, sure.
You watched it with your sister?
Yeah! And it was so
God,
awkward, dude. We were just like looking at each other at the corner of our eyes like, this is weird.
You made out with your sister!
No, so, and then, what else? Have you watched anything else?
No,
I didn't know you watched that again.
That was great. I loved it, though. It's one of those movies that you're kind of ashamed. It's like, you're ashamed that you liked it. It's kind of like Human Centipede. You're ashamed that you kind of liked it, but you don't want to own it, because if people are like, what is this? It looks pretty good. It's like, don't watch that. It's like one of those, like, mystical books that you put away, and they're like, if you open that book, your testicles will shrink.
I just found it. I don't know what it's about. No, I did watch a movie
gift.
The Company You Keep with Robert Redford and Shia LaFuckface in it.
God.
And he's actually not that bad in this movie. But the movie's stupid because it's based on like these Robert Redford was like a hippie in the 60s, and like they went on this big like protest thing, and they decided, oh, they're not listening to us, so we're just gonna go on a big crime spree and try to get people to listen to it. And then apparently they accidentally murdered somebody, and now Shia LaBeouf is an undercover, or he's a reporter trying to undercover the whole thing, and it's just it's stupid because at the end of the day, why do I give a fuck about some protester group in the 60s? Like, I don't give a shit.
Well, I guess if you're a protester, you
and
care.
Robert Redford looks weird, man.
He's old, dude.
Dude, he's had some plastic surgery, though. His face looks like it's falling apart. And when he runs with his wrist out in front of him. And
like a
at
T-Rex?
his waist. Yeah, he jogs. He runs like a T-Rex. And he, like, prances. I don't know.
Mini arms.
It's ridiculous.
You know what the thing is? Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
And you guys can answer, too, if you want.
It.
Shia LaBitch. Do you think he's a bad actor, or do you think he's just like an actor that he only works for certain roles?
I did like him in Disturbia.
He was great in Disturbia.
That was it, though.
But do you think he's a bad... Like, what about... what's that movie?
Lawless?
Lawless, yeah.
I liked it when he got beat up.
I like that a lot.
That was awesome.
But, I mean, do you think he's a bad actor? Or you think he's just cast bad?
He's just annoying. He's
He's
like the joke.
I don't know. I think that he's an actor, like, for the most part, he's annoying, but I think if he was cast right in a certain movie, he'd be really good.
Yeah, he could be decent. He was actually kind of decent in this movie, but
actually in Lawless, that movie,
he wasn't terrible.
He was actually he fit that role better.
Yeah,
because he's kind of a weakling, and he was a whiny little whore.
Yeah, but in Transformers, when he tries to act like a bad guy, he just runs around complaining about shit all the time. It's annoying. You know?
Where's Optimus Prime, you bitch? Where's he at? I got the cube. I'm gonna put the cube in my chest. I'm gonna put the cube in my chest. All right, so next, mailbag.
Mailbag.
Thank you for that bullshit.
That was the intro. This is just the questions you guys ask us. Again, in the comments below, put whatever other questions you might have. This is where we answer those questions. We're scrolling through it right now. So.
All right, so all right, the only one I found, the Fat Man 69 dude.
What do you like to do in the bedroom, sir?
He says, would you rather get bit in the dick by a rattlesnake or get mauled by a fucking bear? Or a bonus question.
Wait, we'll ask the first question.
All right,
first.
well, it's a bonus question.
We'll answer the first question
All right,
first.
would you rather get bit in the dick by a rattlesnake or get mauled by a fucking bear? I'll answer this. I'll get mauled by a fucking bear.
I don't know, dude.
Because, are you going to suck my dick if my dick gets bit by a rattlesnake if you're with me?
Fuck no!
Well, then I'm going to get mauled by a bear.
You're dead, dude.
Who are you going to get, like, if you're in the desert and your dick gets, like, caught in a fucking rattlesnake?
Scenario? Is this your, like, well, I mean, if this happens...
If your dick gets caught by... Alright, if you're in the desert by yourself
yeah.
and your dick gets caught, like, bit by a rattlesnake...
Oh, fuck, that would hurt.
You are fucked.
Oh, God, that
Like,
makes me sick.
would you go to the... Wait, if somebody actually came to you, like, you finally got to the hospital, like, can you save my dick? Please save my dick. You're like screaming at the nurses, but if you're with somebody, you're like, dude, the only way this is going to work if you suck the poison out of my dick.
Is it a hot chick?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Probably not. If you're just with a dude, like in the desert.
If I'm with the dude, then no.
Your dick's going to fall off.
No, it might not fall off. You can maybe make it to the hospital in time.
No, dude, your dick's going to fall off.
I don't know, dude. Getting mauled by a bear would be pretty fucking terrible, too, though. I mean, mauled. Like, I mean, wouldn't you be dead?
Probably, but you might survive it.
Oh, fuck. God,
You might have some badass...
That's a tough question.
You might have some badass scars if you survived it, and you'd be like sexual.
God, I really don't know. I mean,
if you were sexual after you got mauled by the bear, you could deal with that. Like, you'd be like, yeah, I fought a bear off. Like,
that's actually that's a really good point. Because at least you're kind of a badass.
Yeah,
after you get mauled by the bear, you're like, I fought a bear.
Like, what are you gonna say if you took my girl back and was like, I only got like 2 inches of hard dick. I'm sorry, I got my dick bit by. No, I'm saying I got my dick bit by a rattlesnake.
I keep seeing it in my
head. They had
head.
to amputate some of it.
Yeah, no, I'd take the bear.
But bear
I'd go with the bear.
All right, bonus question. He says, with great emphasis.
Because I hate snakes.
I do too. Would you rather face Liam Neeson in The Gray with his glass candy fists?
What?
That's what his question is. That's a bonus question.
Wait, is there...
No, that's it, dude. That's it. I'm looking at right here.
Wait, would you rather face Liam Neeson?
Why do you repeat what I just said?
I would totally rather face Liam Neeson.
If that's like going against being mauled or bit in the dick by a rattlesnake, I would totally do that.
I'll let Liam Neeson beat the shit out of me.
We would both die together in each other's arms, and he would like look at the camera and be like, "Yes."
All right, what's the next question we got here?
I don't know.
Nice questions, fat man.
It's the same.
We'll scroll.
Well, dude, they don't ask any more questions.
Yeah, there's more questions. I saw some. Scroll up. Scroll on up. Okay, stop. Let's see.
I'm sorry, guys.
Okay, here from Metal Ruler 45,
All right.
number 1. What is the most depressing movie you guys have ever watched?
Go ahead.
Well, I asked the question.
All right. Well, you want to tell you the most
What's the
depressing?
depressing movie you've ever watched?
Oh God. Probably the most depressing movie that I have ever fucking seen. I can't remember the name of it. Honestly, it was on Netflix. It was like Americans. I don't know what it was. It was that movie I told you about him killing his kids and like he was like an American like vet and he came back from Iraq.
I remember you telling me about it. I don't remember the name of it.
God Bless America or something. I don't remember what it was.
No, it's not God Bless America because I've seen that movie.
It was something else. It was one of these movies, guys. Like I don't remember the name of it. It was on Netflix for a long time. But this guy comes back from Iraq and he's got a shitty life and he works at like a convenience store down the road from his trailer home and he lives with his wife and 3 kids and he fucking snaps one day. He kills his wife, he kills his kids except for one little girl and then he takes her and they go relocate to another town and they're trying to start over and then she gets hit by a car or some shit like that and then he like it was the most fucking depressing movie I've ever seen in my life. I literally just sat in the darkness and the songs after the movie, like when the movie ends and it just goes back to black and it goes back to Netflix, I just sat there and was like, oh. I didn't know what to do. It was the most depressing. If you've seen that movie, you would just want to live. It's just awful.
That's pretty. I'm having a hard time thinking of one. Power Rangers, the movie. I don't know. I'm trying to think right now.
I'll tell you another one that I would say depressing. I Am Sam was fucking depressing. Even though the ending was better, but I just like he's mentally challenged and they take his kid from him. I don't know. Mike, what are you doing?
I'm trying to think.
You can't look at my movies and try to.
I can't think. I'm having a hard time thinking. I know there's some good ones out there, but
I'll tell you another depressing movie. I've got like 3. This is third.
Roll them on out.
Love. Depressing as fuck, dude.
Oh, that Netflix.
It will not only mess your brain up and feel like somebody wee-weed on your brain. It won't feel like somebody urinated. It also,
I got one. I got one.
Bad.
The Curious Case of Benjamin Button.
Yeah, that sucked.
That was really depressing.
What about Meet Joe Black?
I don't know. That still had some good moments in it.
He took her father away.
That still had some good moments in it, though.
He took her father away.
Yeah,
it was Anthony Hopkins, motherfucker. It was Odin.
But no, what movie did I just say? What the hell's wrong with me? What movie did I just
Benjamin
say?
Button.
Yeah, Benjamin Button. That movie is sad because you just know it's inevitable. You're just like watching it and you're like, this poor guy, he's the old man when he's young and he's young when he's old. And it's just, that's a shitty life.
How would you feel, though, dude, if a girl like Olivia Wilde, like hot as shit right now,
yeah, and
she's like, I'm going to keep de-aging, and then she's going to be a baby, and you got to take care of her. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh, God. I would just break up with her after a while.
Did you break up with her as a baby? It's like, it's not you, it's me.
It's like as soon as
and she'd be like,
the day you turn a day under 18, we're done.
But no, as soon as she turns a baby, and she's like,
I wouldn't be around because, I mean, then you had sex with her, and then she turned into a baby. I'm not even going to go there.
You know what? Another one about the vampire girl that bites the kid, or like, not doesn't bite him, but like becomes friends with him. Let the right one in.
Yeah.
That was depressing as fuck.
That's a depressing ass movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the second question?
I don't know. You looked at it.
Are twist endings in horror movies played out?
Yes. I'll say that. The only one that I won't say that is like every once in a while you'll get a gem.
Yeah.
Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah.
Was a gem.
Yeah. And then you get
a
one
gem!
like Silent House where that was a dumb twist.
Most of the twists are played out. Like I don't think I think they're rehashing the same shit they've done before.
I'll say this.
And you know what? Do you think that I'm gonna add on to this question a little bit. Do you think twists have been twisted out? Like they have to have a twist in every movie. Twist it.
You flush it out.
Flush it out.
You flush it out.
No, I'm saying, do you think like they have to have a twist like all the time?
No, I'm okay with twists as long as they're well spun. I just think that in horror movies,
well, it wouldn't be well spun; it'd be well twisted.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just think as long as it doesn't create a bunch of plot holes and and all the shit you watched before, I think it can be okay because like you got the one in Saw that was awesome.
Yeah.
Stuff like that's good.
That's early on though.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying like. I think so often what people do that actually pisses me off is you've got this whole movie, right? Especially in horror, you got this whole movie. It's like an hour and 20 minutes of the movie. There's like all this scary shit, and you're like, I can't explain it. I don't know what's happening. I can't wait. This is really scary imagery and scary stuff happening. I can't wait to find out what's actually going on. And then the end of the movie comes, and they try to throw some stupid twist, and it completely ruins the rest of the movie because it doesn't make any sense, and it makes all the shit you saw before it not scary.
You know what? I think like a lot of the twists are lukewarm. They're not like amazing.
Yeah.
They're just like, but
there's not a lot of
I think that,
out there.
Yeah, Shyamalan's crazy gravy. I don't think you're gonna get like original twists very often.
No.
Like, it's going to be a twist you've seen a million times before. It's like, oh, this guy's actually the killer.
Yeah.
This guy actually planned all this stuff. It's like, you know one's coming almost.
Yeah.
Like, if it's a big budget movie like Evil Dead, you know, that we talked about, you know.
Yeah, I don't think they're played out. I just think that they're rarely done right.
Yeah.
You know?
If they're done awesome, would you say that most, like, twists at the end of movies should be like, they should be holding back from now on and then just only throwing them in there every once in a while? Or do you think, like, they should throw them in there but put more originality in them?
I don't know.
But I mean, doesn't that take away from you, though, when you go see a certain movie and you're like, oh, there's going to be a twist? There's going to be a scene after the credits, or there's going to be something that happens during the middle of the movie that's going to be like,
I don't ever feel that way, though, so I guess that's pretty much an answer to the question. I mean, I don't watch movies and feel that way right now. So I mean,
you don't think they're played out?
I guess not, no.
In horror movies, you don't think they're played out?
I don't think they're done well.
I kind of think they're played out.
Yeah, well,
I think
go fuck yourself, Sally.
You go fuck yourself.
All right,
Jenna.
Let's see. I'm really close to the microphone right now.
Here. Well, I think that was it. That's... Hold on.
There you go. Juan Tamez, I hope we're saying that right. Juan Tamez, what are your favorite video games for Xbox and PS3?
Okay, cool.
It's mostly for you. I can answer this
No,
real quick.
you played them too.
No, I can answer this real quick for me. I've never
Xbox.
Yeah, I've never owned a PS3, but
I haven't either.
For Xbox, when I played a lot of Xbox, the only games I ever got were Fight Night. Madden. I'm huge into Madden. Every single year I'll buy it. I'll play NBA 2K. I usually buy it when it's cheaper. I'll buy the year's earlier version as it gets closer to the playoffs and I'm more into it, just to play that for a couple months. I used to play March Madness, but they don't make that shit anymore. I'm more into the sports games, and the only real other games I got into was I used to love Max Payne on PS2.
Yeah.
Love that shit. And then Halo. We're both huge Halo fanatics.
Yeah, as far as Xbox games goes for me, the game that I've gone back and played the most is probably Skyrim, Elder Scrolls V. I love Mass Effect, and I love Halo. Halo is a fucking fantastic game. I love it because the multiplayer and all that shit, whatever. You get to shit talk to little 5-year-olds. It works. But Elder Scrolls Skyrim, I played that game so many times. I played Oblivion a bunch of times. PS3, like Mike said, I never owned a PS3, but as far as PS2 goes, the game that I played over and over again was probably... weirdly, I probably played the Punisher game over and over again on PlayStation 2.
No, that was Xbox.
I think
you had that on Xbox, dude.
Did I?
Yeah, I remember. That was a fun game. Punisher. No, dude, you played the shit out of Resident Evil on PlayStation.
Oh yeah, I played Resident Evil all the time. But I played Resident Evil when it came out on the PlayStation 1, over and over and over again.
Yeah, I remember sitting in your room and watching you play that shit for
Resident Evil 4, I did play Resident Evil 4, I played that a shit ton of times on PlayStation 2.
Yeah. There was a lot of times when we were younger, man. I would just sit in your room and just watch you play Resident Evil.
That was when Resident Evil was good, dude. It was like a movie.
Yeah,
it was like you would get
awesome.
and when I would die, I'm like, motherfuck, dude.
I'd get scared.
I want to know the end.
I would get scared when you played it. But, yeah. So, and then the other... I watched you review... whoa, where'd you go? You scrolled past... I watched your review of Desperado on We Live Film. Are you going to review... El Mariachi and Once Upon a Time in Mexico?
Yeah, we'll probably review that
at some point or another.
Yeah.
I haven't seen those movies in quite a while, actually. I know I never... What it was every month We Live Film does these things, and all the reviewers on it, they'll pick a topic, and every reviewer can pick one film of that topic and review it, on a certain date of the month. And what that one was for cult classics. And I know that El Mariachi is more of a cult classic than Desperado, technically, but we're huge fans of Desperado. That movie
we've seen it 80 times. When we were kids, we rented that shit.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be biased to review.
Well, here's a question really quick. Can you review the Boondock Saints? I wouldn't mind seeing it because I've heard shit about it. A lot of people I've known that say it's a great movie.
We've actually been asked to review that several times, and I'm just going to say it. I'll go ahead and say it right now. You probably don't want us to. I mean, we would. It's just I don't think that you would want us to because neither of us are big fans of that movie, and I know that's a huge cult classic. People live and die by that movie, and that's okay. We've always been open-minded about shit. We never down other people about their opinions in movies or whatever, except for maybe Haunted House.
Yeah, let's go on that really quick before you go on Boondock Saints. I want to tell you guys. If you like a certain movie that we hate on, it doesn't mean we're saying you suck, or anything like that. It just means that we didn't get it. We didn't, or maybe it's not our cup of tea. But if you guys are down for that movie, that's fucking awesome. And that's the thing I want you to do. If you guys can, if you get on comments, talk about why you like that movie. What about it turns you on, turns your button. Just put it on there. I don't care.
Hits your switch.
It's one of those things though. It really makes you I guess I'm too polite, dude. I don't want people to think that we hate them.
Yeah, no, it's part of our job. It's we just gave 42 a shitty review.
Yeah,
because we both thought it sucked.
I'm surprised. I'm getting a lot of hate for that.
And Evil Dead and all this stuff like that. And I think a part of it is, you got to be honest with your reviews. If you're not, what the fuck are you doing here? What's the point? And I read reviews and I see stuff constantly. And I'm not trying to call anybody out or anything like that, but I see other reviews and it's all you're doing is parroting the guy that you said before. I never set out to be different from anyone else's opinion from a movie because that's even worse. But you've got these people and I swear they're oh, well, I'm just going to say what everybody else says so I don't get hate for it. And we just can't bring ourselves to do that. We'll never do that.
That's what we all do. Is you'll see these guys that give these reviews, these written reviews, and probably they don't, what they say is fucking retarded. It's it's not very good. It's not. It's gay. It just doesn't make the same. I'm gonna go out.
Once you say one, and you crumble worse than anybody ever knows.
I'm not crumbling. I'm saying it because it's not a big deal. Okay, but my point is when they give their review and they give this stupid review that makes no sense whatsoever, and they're only you said parroting whatever somebody else said. They're only doing it because they don't want to fucking be hated on.
Yeah, and
they don't probably like it. You know that there's nothing about.
And sometimes I'm sure there's people that do, but that
yeah, it's but they're wiping the ass of the studio. They're yeah, it was good. It was great. It was original. It was awesome. It was totally fucking defined.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And
that's another thing, too. That not just that, but what's worse is when you've got people who just go out there and they're this movie sucks because everybody else liked it. And they just want to be different or whatever.
Those people I hate.
That's even worse.
I think our thing is different because we'll actually give a fair rating on a movie. Like, I will go see a movie.
I like to think so.
I think we do.
Yeah.
Because if we still see a movie that we never heard of before, like Boondock Saints, I've heard of it, but I've never seen it. Well, who knows? I don't know. That's the best.
You've never seen it?
I've never seen Boondock Saints.
Why do you? I thought you'd seen it. See, I saw it, and I thought it was going to be something epic and great.
No, I've never seen it.
Then we should review it then, because maybe you'd like it. I watched it, and I didn't hate it. There was nothing wrong with it. But I watched it, and after hearing all the hype about it, and I just cannot understand for the life of me where the hype comes from on this movie. I really just don't get it. I love mob movies. I love hitman movies. I love all that shit. And it just seemed like a by-the-numbers movie to me.
Well, you think the main guy in it, got popular after Walking Dead? Because the main guy
was that way before Walking Dead.
I know, but I'm saying like the movie got more popular after The Walking Dead came out.
No, it was way, dude.
Well, I know
Hot Topic. Oh, you go on like a Hot Topic, and they've got like Boondock Saints.
All right, well, you
everywhere.
think Boondock Saints is probably? Well, you're right. It's probably a cult classic. I mean, you got followers.
It's one of the biggest cult classics.
I wouldn't mind reviewing it. I would actually like to do it.
Maybe we'll do that one day. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. We'll sit down and we'll watch it and we'll give it a good go and we'll review it because I've never been able to understand the love behind that movie, but I'm glad that everybody else likes
it. I just want to reiterate this, dude, because I don't think people understand. Like, if you're new to the channel, or even if you've been on a long time, if we bash a movie and you like it, that doesn't mean that we're bashing you. It just means that we're bashing the movie because we didn't think our personal opinion, it didn't live up to the hype, or we didn't think it did what it needed to do. But if you liked it, that's fucking awesome.
Well, it's just like Evil Dead. Like, we hated it.
Yeah.
I love Evil Dead movies, and I was my expectations were so high from all the shit I was hearing. But after we reviewed it, we said, hey, if you're an Evil Dead fan, go see this movie, because it's clear everybody else seems to like it a lot. So we're not trying to deter anybody else from going to see a movie if it's good. If there's a movie that's really terribly bad, we want to stop you from paying your money to go see it.
Here's my thing. If you've never seen Evil Dead, if you've never seen the Bruce Campbell's classic, if you've never seen those, if you go see Evil Dead and you liked it, that's cool, man. But I would suggest you go back and watch Evil Dead the remake, or the original, and then Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness, and then compare the two and see if it holds up to the same kind of way it is. I don't know. I mean,
we've talked about that, though.
I know. I just want to make sure that people understand that, though. Yeah. If you liked it, that's cool.
We love you. Always have. Always will.
I want to fucking be your friend.
Mel Gibson. But, guys, that concludes this week's podcast. We won't have a podcast next week because I'll be in Nashville. We'll have one.
You fucking bitch!
I'm sorry, everyone. We'll have one the week right after. And, guys, just a little note out there. I'm trying so hard right now to figure out how to get this podcast to where you guys can download it on your iPods and stuff like that. I went and I actually paid for space on freaking Podbean.com. And they're like,
I'll pay you half of that.
Well, it's like $5 a month or whatever.
I'll give you $2.50.
But I went and paid for it, and then I put up one podcast, right? And I go up to put up last week's podcast, and the fuckers are like, "Oh, there's not enough room for this. You need to." And it's an MP3 file. They're like, "You need to buy the next package up."
You'll be like,
so I'm like, if I buy that package up, next time I put another podcast, I'm gonna have to buy that package up. I have not got it figured out yet.
Fuck the man.
Things have been kind of busy, and I haven't been able to figure it out. But guys, I'm working on it. We will get this podcast on iTunes and stuff like that. And I'm really sorry it hasn't got there so far. I'm going to go to work on that again this week and see what we can find a good podcast host to put our shit on. So.
I just want to, if there's anything different to the channel that you guys want, you know, do you like us talking about the movie news, the titty trailers, Blu-ray releases, whatever? We want your suggestions. I mean, we're still newbies at this. We're still fucking totally in the dark about how to give a successful podcast, and we want you guys to be all about it and round it. So if you guys have any suggestions, don't be afraid to pull that shit down. Pull your pants out.
It's only going to grow from here.
Pull your pants down.
It's only going to grow.
Whip it out.
When you whip it out, it's only going to grow.
If you see a hot woman.
All right, guys, I'm Mike and he's Jay, and we'll see you next time.
See you guys.